Not totally. Yeah, that makes sense. He just didn't get one. That's all.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll open with a moment of silence followed by the pledge, please. Thank you. I
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
thank you all for coming today. As we enter into our festive season, you can always tell by the ties I wear. Public comment on agenda items only. Seeing none, corrections to the duplicate. Deborah Storman, Chief Assessor.
We have no additions. We have subtractions of 54,559,960.
Yeah, it was $54 million. This was mostly from a court case, if I'm not mistaken, with Centurion in Bushkill. And HRP was the other one. HRP was the $48 million, if I'm not mistaken, and Centurion is $5 million. That hit to the county is $216,998. And I'm sure to the school district, it was in the millions. Is there a motion to approve the corrections to the duplicate?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Approve the minutes of the 12/4/24 Commissioners meeting. Is there a motion, please? Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. We have a number of proclamations. We had Zachary Fritz for Eagle Scout, Martha Robbins for 26 years of service, and Mr. Angradi for 40 years of service. Now, we've known each other, but I do not know the intimate details of working with you. So I'm going to ask Mr. Sikora to come up and say a few words because I know, but
I'm not sure I know the incident.
fascinating. Well, we're trying to keep this happy, okay? I think one of the fascinating things that I heard last week was the number of officers that were trained by you. And I think that the county owes you a debt of gratitude. And I would like Mr. Sikora to pontificate on that, please.
I've been the deputy chief of the adult probation department since July of 1993. He started with our department. January would mark 40 years. Over the years, as we did the math quickly on Friday, his last day, we found 54 adult probation officers that came through under his tutelage. That doesn't include the 20 that we have right now working under him. So his impact to the county is probably immeasurable. All the victims and offenders of crime that he's dealt with, and just wanted to show our gratitude to Bob.
Yeah. What we have here is the 40 years of dedicated service to Monroe County Probation Department, and has served as the chief deputy for over 31 years. Congratulations on your retirement.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Personnel. Under new business, I'm sorry, do we need a motion? Motion to the proclamations and certificates, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. New business, personnel, approve the agenda and approve and ratify requests for working additional hours in the sheriff's office. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Is there a second? Excellent. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Electronic financial transfer and transactions. We have A, B, and C. Please note that there is some left over from November on this. Oftentimes it's just within the month, but we made a little boo-boo on that, so we're just trying to catch up. So is there a motion to approve electronic transfers in A, B, and C?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Is there a motion to allow the Conservation District to travel out of the county?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Area Agency on Aging, appoint the following AmeriCorps Senior RSVP Advisory Board to a term to expire 12/31/27. Rosalie Richardson, Deborah Kinley, and Madeline Wisby. And also approve a memorandum of understanding with the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program and AmeriCorps Seniors to continue RSVP as a authorized volunteer program for the period of 1/1/25 through 12/31/27. Is there a motion, please, on those two issues?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Carbon Monroe Pike Drug and Alcohol Service. Execute a professional service agreement for 40 hours a week of treatment case management services from a drug and alcohol treatment specialist at Monroe County Correctional Facility for the period of January 1 of 25 through December 31st of 25 at a rate of $42,140 to be paid over 12 equal monthly payments from the opioid settlement funds. 72,000, I'm sorry. Execute a professional service agreement through the Drug and Alcohol Recovery Support Specialist to lead local opioid remediation efforts for the period of January 1st of 2025 through December 31st of 2025 at a rate of $76,268 to be paid over 12 equal monthly payments from the opioid settlement funds. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Children and Youth Services, ratify an amendment for the existing proposed purchase service agreements M24-277 dated 9/4 of 24 for a period of 7/1/24 through 6/30 of 25, reflecting a rate decrease to CRR Room and Board. Approve a professional service agreement with CSI Corporate Security and Investigation, LLC, for a period of July 1st of 24 through June 30th of 25, an amount of $150,000. Caseworker and investigation support services. Approve purchase service agreements with Children's Choice, Inc. for a period of July 1st, 24 through June 30th of 2025 in the amount of $200,000 for foster care services. And approve the purchase service agreement for Child's First Services, Inc. for the period of July 1st, 24 through June 30th of 2025 in the amount of $190,000 for residential group home services. And approve the following adoption assistance agreements for A, G, and MM. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Commissioner's Office, ratify the budget adjustment report dated 12/6 of 24 totaling $67,280. That money is at the correctional facility. It was to Millennium Access Control Tech. It's a sole source, and those are trays that we're able to put in front of the cells so that we can have transfer of materials to and from prisoners and or guests that are in seclusion. Approve the budget adjustment report dated 12/12/24 totaling $339,523. Most of that is funding that was that we got for aging, totaled almost $35,000, and aging got another grant for almost, about $135,000. A big part of that is for nutritional services from the federal government of $223,484. So $188,000 of that will go for home delivery meals. The district attorney is looking for $500 to cover a lease payment. Emergency services to cover an invoice for data products of $2,500. Human Services, renewal of a annual membership for the HR director of $264. Information Services, $3,000 for Zoom. We are trying to get away from Zoom and go to Teams. This is kind of like the holdover. In maintenance, we have $7,000 to cover expenses for building maintenance and repairs. Risk management, $850 to cover increase in boxes for safety, first aid safety boxes. The sheriff is looking for $3,600 to purchase a desktop computer and monitor. And voter registration was $101 to cover mileage to a conference. And voter registration, $367 to cover food that was utilized during the election. Ratify settlement agreement and release of claims for the County of Monroe, TWK Construction, CGL Companies, LLC, Nelson Worldwide, LLC, and Lobar, Inc. Authorize the chief clerk to advertise for requests for proposals for the community partnership on gun safety branding and marketing services. Approve certification of the intergovernmental transfer, the amount of $1,793,967 to PVM. Approve change order number 2 with South Shore Construction LLC in the amount of $32,350 for additional ramp and wall demo, recaulking of the west wall of the parking deck. Adopt a resolution concerning the local economic revitalization tax assistance, or ALERTA, for the Stroudsburg Borough. Approve a master service agreement with Ring Central for a period of 12/19/24 through 12/19/31 at a rate of $11,531 per month and a one-time fee of $1,088 to provide cloud-based phone services. Approve payment of $24,427.79 to We Have a Choice Recovery House for Men, LLC, from the Substance Abuse Education and Demand Reduction Fund to purchase a vehicle and related expenses. Approve a proposal from Kudu Creative in amount not to exceed $262,917.20, a period of 1 year from 12/31 to 12/31/25 to perform fentanyl awareness campaign for Monroe County, and add and ratify the following vendors to the county list of approved vendors: TWK Construction, Inc., Millennium Access Control Technology, and the County of Fayette and ITS. We also have Ring Central, Inc., and Zoom Communications. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Are there any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Fiscal and grants. Approve updated Monroe County Pike Community Service, Pike County's Community Service Administration Board, CSAB, bylaws per the DCED Tripart Board Compliance Directive, which reduces the board seat numbers requirement from 15 to 12 members, and apply and approve the CSBG 2025 sub-recipient allocations as follows. You can see that Shepherd's Maternity House, $10,000, Family Promise, $75,000, Monroe County Meals on Wheels, $20,000, Pocono Area Transitional Housing, $35,000, PVM Ecumenical Network, $15,000 for case management, Pocono Services for Family and Children, $55,000, Resources for Human Development, $30,000, Safe Monroe, $28,000. It's a new program that helps provide daycare for kids while people at Safe Monroe can go out and find work. Salvation Army, Emergency Services, $17,282. Salvation Army, Housing Direct Rental Assistance of $60,000. Salvation Army, Direct Utility Assistance at $18,607. Stroud Regional Open Space and Rec Commissions, $70,000 or $7,000 for a Monroe County total of $369,389. Since we are a two-county organization, Pike has $20,000 for Center for Developmental Disabilities, $15,000 for Center for Developmental Disabilities and Mental Health. That's a new program. Pike County Developmental Center of $32,323. Pike County Human Services for $25,000. Pike's total is $92,323 for a total of $461,712. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Office of Emergency Management, ratify the FEMA closeout DR 4506 COVID-19 small project in the amount of $33,651.77 and acknowledge the amendment of the 2023 911 statewide interconnectivity fund grant award to PEMA 2023-116 extension to 12/31 of 25. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Just so everybody realizes that Monroe County is the only county in the state that does not own 911. So any money that the state or federal government gives 911 is a pass-through through the county directly to 911. Information Technology and Services,
Call the question.
please. Oh, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I apologize. Information Technologies and Services, execute addendum service enhancement request number 11 to the contract with Avenue for information technology services through 12/31 of 2030 in the amount of $259,754.86 monthly for the January 2025 through August of 2025, and $260,227.06 monthly from September of 25 through December of 25, with years 26 through 30 as rates listed on Exhibit D. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Monroe County Correctional Facility, execute the Savin Maintenance and Service Agreement with the PA District Attorney's Institute for the period of January 1 of 2025 through December 31st of 25 to continue to provide victim notification related to incarcerated individuals. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Excellent. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Monroe County Transportation Authority, approve the 2024-2025 Medical Assistance Transportation Program first quarter report in the amount of $182,637.90. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Planning Commission, acknowledge receipt of the 2024 Monroe County Water Quality Study as prepared in partnership with the Conservation District and the Planning Commission. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I'd like to point out that Julia Shear is here. She was the spearhead of that report. Thank you. Capital purchases. Ratify the capital purchase report dated of 12/4/24 totaling $67,280. That refers back to the trays at the correctional facility. Is there a motion for the capital purchase, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Ratify computer capital purchases. Ratify computer purchases, capital purchase of 1212 totaling $1,197.73. If I'm not mistaken, that's for the district attorney. And approve capital purchase report dated 12/12/24 totaling $6,594.61. If I'm not mistaken, those are TVs for the courts and a monitor and computer for the sheriff. See, sometimes my memory does not fail me. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, motion carries. Is there any miscellaneous?
Yes, Mr. Chairman,
Please.
I should have spoken earlier probably about Zachary Fritz. I had the honor of attending his Eagle Scout Court of Honor and very accomplished young man. And we got to hear stories about his abilities in hunting and fishing, as well as I know him as a very talented musician. He built some duck houses and bluebird houses for a public golf course over at Glenbrook. And it was a great occasion, and I was glad to attend and honor him. Also, Robert Angrotti, I never knew him as a probation officer, but a couple decades ago, I got to know him as an umpire for church softball.
Oh, sorry,
And,
Bob. I know that can
Very
be,
good.
it's still contentious.
And I'm pretty sure he was the one,
Everybody, he's smiling.
no, he was the one who had this brush to dust off the plate. That was a paintbrush with the handle cut off. Am I right?
I don't think so. I remember throwing you out a couple.
Yeah, I just thought that was, because it worked much better than a lot of brushes I would see.
I've been close a few times. Many times.
So I just wanted to recognize that, and thanks for keeping us straight in church softball over the years. And finally, Mr. Chairman, I did want to announce that we will be having a kickoff celebration for the America 250 EA, specifically in Monroe County, celebration on January 9th, beginning at 5:30 up at the Northampton Community College.
Pocono Hall.
That's true, Pocono Hall. I think it's probably about 2.5 years ago now. Well, 2023, a year and a half, excuse me, that this board approved establishing a county commission to plan the celebration of the semi-quincentennial of the nation. And so we've been meeting the past few months and getting committees together. So we hope to have this celebration to make the public more aware of the celebration and encourage people to join committees to help plan our celebrations. I thought it's appropriate for it to be at Northampton Community College because 250 years ago, we would be sitting in Northampton County because that's what most of Monroe County was a part of. And I thought it might be interesting to read this little excerpt from the bicentennial book that was created on the history of Monroe County in 1776, because as we know, there was a Declaration of Independence signed in Philadelphia. But as early as May 30th of 1776, the Northampton County Committee of Observation in Easton voted their own Declaration of Independence. And Hamilton Township elected Robert Levers county chairman. I'm not sure if it's Levers or Levers. Jake, would you know that?
He's probably related to him.
It was he who read the official Declaration of Independence at the Easton Courthouse when the public celebration of the first 4th of July took place. At that time, the other mountain townships sent their newly elected committeemen too. Among them was Nicholas Depew, grandson of the pioneer settler from Lower Smithfield, James Van Auken of Upper Smithfield, and Godfrey Greenswig from Chestnut Hill Township. That is all, Chairman.
Thank you. Any public comment?
Couple of questions, Dr. Eubank.
Sure.
So in section 6, children and youth services, for section E, what are those abbreviations?
Whenever you have a adoption, they are sealed. So we only use initials of the children that are
Oh,
receiving adoption assistance agreement.
okay, all right, thank you. And then the other is, for 7, under 7K double I, what is does Millennium Access Control Technologies, what do they do?
Passes.
Military,
Tray passes? They're the tray passes.
what does that mean?
In other words, oftentimes if somebody is in solitaire or we have a tray pass, okay? If they come out of are coming out of their cell, they put their hands through, they get shackled. It's also a pass for food and beverage, back and forth, any interaction within the inmate and the correctional office.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else?
Nobody's else got anything. I'm here today because I've been coming to these prison board meetings. I've taken some time off. You guys were at the December one, you were at the November one. We stand at a pivotal moment at the Monroe County Correctional Facility right now. We're on the verge and the precipice of either heading in the right direction or continuing down status quo, the wrong path. We're in the hiring process of the most important position in the institution, the warden's position. This is an immense responsibility for you guys and prison board members. We can either get the change that we need or we can continue with the status quo, and we desperately need some change. But it's crucial that I come here to address the serious concerns that I brought to you guys numerous times, myself and others sending emails, letters. We're getting no response, no input, no feedback, no questioning, no nothing. To date, nothing's been answered, and it's safety and security concerns, it's violations of policies, it's cover up by the deputy warden out there, it's providing false information during federal investigations that I brought to you guys in November, and nobody's inquired about that. I have facts that this individual is providing lies during a federal investigation, and nobody's asked a question. So one must start questioning, is this inaction just inaction, or is it deliberate action that we're just ignoring these so we can promote somebody who might not be fit for the position because we don't want to address the shortcomings? And that's the way it's really starting to look. At this point, something has to change, man. We can't continue to operate this way. The time for the change is now. The future of this facility is in your guys' hands. Something has to change. That doesn't mean continuing with the same individuals that have been in power for 15, 20 years out there. Things are getting worse and worse. It doesn't mean you guys continue to keep burying your head in the sand and ignoring these complaints. They're not coming from just me. I know for a fact multiple people have sent you emails recently since that last prison board addressing concerns, that it's not just a difference in opinion. It's not just coming from me. These are real concerns. Something has to happen here.
Thank you. Is there anything else? I know everybody's standing in the wings for the most important meeting coming up afterwards. So, is there a motion to adjourn?
They'll move.
We are. Thank you.